When we talk about Vietnam, oftentimes it's the remarkable story of how this relatively small nation valiantly stood against the formidable United States in the Vietnam War that immediately captures our imagination. However, human settlement in this region stretches back approximately 22,000 years. Thereby, our focus shouldn't be limited to this single event from the mid-20th century. There are a lot of reasons to fall in love with this Southeast Asian nation, and its breathtaking beauty would top that list. It's no wonder that it ranks as a top destination on any traveler's journey through Asia. From the awe-inspiring vistas of Ha Long Bay to the surreal landscapes of Ninh Binh, this country offers an array of natural wonders guaranteed to leave you spellbound. Spanning over 330,000 square kilometers, the country shares its northern boundary with China, while the South China Sea flanks it to the east and south. To the southwest lies the Gulf of Thailand, and its western borders meet with Cambodia and Laos. This strategic geographical location makes the country a pivotal player on the world stage when it comes to global security and trade. As one of the most rapidly growing economies in Southeast Asia, it's on the brink of emerging as a formidable contender to China, positioning itself as the next major hub for global manufacturing. But the competitive dynamic between Vietnam and China is not limited to economic aspects. Vietnam is also among the Southeast Asian nations engaged in a dispute with China over territorial claims in the South China Sea. The country's intricate relationship with its formidable neighbor has historical roots stretching back over a millennium. The origins of this complex dynamic can be traced back to the period when the Han Dynasty extended its control over the region that is now northern Vietnam. It was in 939 that the country was finally able to achieve independence from China. However, Vietnam's battles with powerful adversaries were far from over. The subsequent chapters of its history were marked by continuous foreign dominations and a succession of intense resistance conflicts against Dutch, French, and American forces, underscoring Vietnam's unyielding resolve and commitment to preserve its independence. This indomitable spirit is still evident today in its firm resolve to protect every inch of its territory. One thing that you'll immediately notice when visiting this country is that motorbikes rule its roads. Often referred to as the country of motorcycles, it boasts an estimated 45 million motorbikes. This widespread use of motorbikes is a practical response to the challenges of high vehicle taxes and the bustling, narrow streets that define its urban landscape. Beyond the ubiquitous motorbikes, the lotus flower stands as a quintessential symbol of Vietnam, encapsulating the essence of its people like no other. The lotus grows beautifully out of muddy water, just like how its people stay strong and show their best side, no matter how tough things get. With a history that ranks among the oldest and most uninterrupted globally, it's no shock that this country has been the site of groundbreaking discoveries, revolutionizing our grasp of history. Let's dive into these astonishing revelations that have sent ripples through the scientific community, offering unprecedented insights into the ancient world. World's largest cave. It was in 1990 when a local logger, Ho Khan, accidentally stumbled on a concealed entrance to a vast cave hidden by the dense foliage of the jungle. As he neared the opening, he observed clouds emerging from it and heard the unmistakable roar of a river echoing from within. The cliffs were too sheer to descend, prompting him to simply mark the spot. It took nearly 20 years later before the British Cave Research Association embarked on an expedition to save the cave, uncovering a marvel beyond imagination. What was uncovered is a cave unparalleled on the planet. This cave, estimated to be around 3 million years old, boasts the largest cave chamber known to exist. With the stature of a 40-story skyscraper, it encompasses an ancient forest and is traversed by a vigorous river. Its colossal size even supports a localized weather system within. Venturing inside offers an ethereal experience, almost as if stepping through a portal to another dimension. Stretching nearly 6 miles beneath the Earth's surface, parts of the cave have openings in the ceiling where sunlight pours in, nurturing the growth of trees and other plant life. However, the cave holds more than just plant and animal life. It is steeped in local lore, with stories of unusual inhabitants hiding within its deep recesses. Local residents near the cave report encounters with entities that bear a striking resemblance to reptilian humanoids. There are also accounts of explorers who vanished within the cave, possibly taken by these mysterious beings. Intriguingly, locals liken them to the seraphim, or winged serpents found in Kabbalistic lore, which suggests these celestial beings chose the inner earth as their sanctuary. Further deepening the mystery, there are narratives from the Vietnam War era in the 1970s where U.S. soldiers reported encounters with creatures they described as bipedal lizards lurking in the depths of various caves. One particularly remarkable account is that of a U.S. patrol force who claimed that they'd stumbled upon the remnants of massive structures composed of large stones and boulders at a cave's entrance, seemingly sculpted from the rock itself. A strong odor and a dense mist emanated from the area, causing the patrol to halt and examine their surroundings carefully. They weren't prepared and taken aback for what followed next. Serpent-like beings emerged, towering at 7 feet tall and emitting eerie hissing noises. Their appearance was striking, with scaly, glossy, dark skin and snake-like faces featuring prominently set, large eyes. They were clad in long, dark green robes and wore dark, cap-like headgear. As the confrontation unfolded, these beings mysteriously disappeared, possibly becoming invisible, shifting dimensions, or employing some form of rapid mimicry or shape-shifting. The patrol, taking no chances, sealed the cave with explosives and made their way back to base, leaving behind a tale of an extraordinary encounter. This leads us to a thought-provoking question. Is it possible that this colossal cave acts as a gateway to an inner Earth domain inhabited by these mysterious beings? Ho Dynasty Citadel. The ancient imperial city of the Ho Dynasty, revered as the oldest in Southeast Asia, boasts a citadel of remarkable distinction. Its unique stone architecture commands admiration, standing as a testament to the ingenuity and artistic prowess of its builders. Subsequent excavations at the site have revealed the expansive scale of its architectural blueprint. Archaeologists have unearthed 10 substantial structures and numerous gates, indicating that these could be the remnants of what is potentially the oldest main palace in Vietnam ever discovered. Some of the structures within the inner citadel were the main palace, eastern and western royal temples, and smaller palaces dedicated to the administrative functions of the ancient dynasty. The citadel's stone walls were ingeniously constructed to withstand earthquakes, standing at an impressive average height of 5 meters. As a testament to the engineering prowess of ancient Vietnamese, they assembled these massive stones, each weighing up to 20 tons, without the use of cements. But what baffled scientists is how they were able to accomplish the task in just 3 months. Adding to the intrigue is the mystery of how they transported these massive stones to the construction site. The architects behind the citadel meticulously fortified its structure, ensuring it stood as a towering symbol of the dynasty's might and governance. In addition to the 4 gates guarding the Ho Citadel, a strategic canal encircled the fortress, serving as an additional barrier, reinforcing its impenetrability. But the backstory of the construction of these architectural marvels is as fascinating as the structures themselves. During the tumultuous times of the late 14th century, with the Tran dynasty in decline, Ho Quai Li, who was then a regent for Emperor Tran Thuong Tong in Thang Long, devised a scheme to seize the throne. In a remarkable display of ambition and efficiency, he commissioned the construction of this new citadel in 1397, completing it in a short span of time, an incredible achievement given the lack of modern construction technology at the time. Ho Quai Li lured Emperor Tran Thuong Tong to the newly built citadel under false pretenses, then imprisoned and executed him to declare himself the first emperor of the Ho dynasty in 1400. However, his reign was short-lived. After a year, he handed power to his son, Hohan Thuong, whose rule lasted only 6 years before the Ming dynasty from China overtook the Ho dynasty. The dynasty's era may have been brief, yet it gifted future generations with an awe-inspiring architectural legacy, whose magnificence remains admired and cherished today. 10,000-year-old human remains. Human history in this country stretches back millennia, a claim further solidified by the remarkable find of 10,000-year-old skeletal remains in Henan province in the northern region. This discovery stands as a groundbreaking first for the country. The excavation revealed 3 graves, each holding the remains of individuals, ranging from children to adults, all buried in a unique kneeling posture. The team also found mollusk shells and teeth from small animals, suggesting these were part of the diet of the ancient residents. The stone implements unearthed, while not large in size, display traits in craftsmanship linked to the Hoa Binh culture, a cultural period in northern Vietnam that spans from around 15,000 years ago to around 2000 BC. These artifacts reveal the advanced skills and craftsmanship of this ancient community, highlighting their everyday activities like hunting and tool making. These insights not only connect us to their daily lives, but also trace the origins of modern Vietnamese heritage. 2,000-year-old curry outside India. India is the home of curry, but a groundbreaking discovery reveals that this beloved dish was also savored in Vietnam 2,000 years ago. Unearthed at the Oc Eo site in southern Vietnam, this revelation has dramatically altered our perception of ancient spice trade routes and culinary traditions across Southeast Asia. The discovery of a grinding slab and stone tools at the site, bearing traces of ancient spices, has illuminated the components of this age-old cuisine. Analysis revealed microscopic fragments of cinnamon hailing from Sri Lanka and nutmeg from the distant Banda Islands of eastern Indonesia, embedded in 12 unique sandstone grinding tools. Furthermore, the excavation brought to light remnants of coconut, rice residues, and remarkably preserved seeds, providing rich insight into the rich culinary heritage of the era. Furthermore, this discovery suggests that even thousands of years ago, communities beyond the borders of India possessed a sophisticated palate for curry flavors, evidenced by their elaborate culinary practices. In ancient times, spices were highly valued commodities within the global trade network, acting as cultural bridges that connected disparate civilizations and forged lasting culinary traditions. This discovery provides solid evidence, underscoring the critical role that spices played in shaping the history of global exchange and cultural integration. Ancient stone field. Within the lush expanse of Lao Cai's Muang Hoa Valley, there exists mysterious rock slabs adorned with age-old carvings. Scientific investigations have established that the site, referred to as the Ancient Stone Field, encompasses a history that stretches across numerous centuries. Perhaps you're wondering, what's so special about these stones? These are no mere rocks. They are veiled in mysteries that remain unsolved by scientists. Foremost, although the rock slabs are scattered at random, it appears as though ancient hands might have arranged them with specific intent. The way these stones are arranged is very mysterious. Sometimes you find stones with carvings right next to plain stones that look the same but have no carvings. Why some stones were carved and others were not is something that scientists still can't figure out. This leads us to an intriguing question. Were these stones intentionally positioned by the region's ancient inhabitants? And if so, what could have been their motives? Besides the unexplainable organization of these stones, the images drawn on them also become the subject of several researches. There are decorations, such as houses of stilt, terraced fields, humanoid, and even the vestige of writings. However, it also has a wide range of vague decorations that countless researchers and visitors yearn to decipher. Despite numerous studies having been done, nobody, however, has found concrete proof of the stone's origins. The artists behind the drawings still remain anonymous, just as the meaning behind the drawings still remains a mystery. However, the Vietnamese Institute of Historical Research has some interesting theories. According to them, these patterns may have existed for at most 900 years, originating around the 11th and 12th centuries AD. The purpose of these drawings are still hotly contested. One researcher suggested that these patterns were the local people's village map, while Vietnamese researcher Vu Ngoc Lien decoded them as the way to record ancient astronomy. Some experts even argue that the carvings are the primitive handwriting of the ancient Vietnamese. Unraveling this mystery might be a journey of patience and persistence. As we eagerly await new discoveries, we stand ready to uncover the new secrets hidden in this fascinating land. If you're interested to know more about the rich history of other countries, be sure to watch our next video. We hope you like our story, and we'll catch you in the next one.